born in it. And you know what they say about opinions, right?
Well, I don't give a damn. They like,
don't you even start your stuff.
Girl, come on. I don't give a damn. I'm ready.
You always ready. You stay ready because you ain't got to get ready.
You already know. Because it's about what? To each his own. Hey, partner.
Hey.
We rolling.
We are rolling.
Oh, man. TikTok around the fucking clock. Hey, y'all. We are back with another episode of To Each His Own 215 podcast. Thank you guys for joining us. I am your host, Miss Lomax, joined by my lovely co-host.
Sun-kissed chocolate. I'm sorry. It's just me.
You sun-kissed chocolate. It's just me. You coming with that. Cheers. We're back for another episode. This is episode, what?
15.
15. I like that. I like 15. What does 15 mean? Like spiritually or like in like manifestation terms?
I have no idea. That is something I do not know. Should we look that up?
I think I'm gonna look. Yeah, I about to say I think I want to look it up real fast.
Should we check more into it?
What does the number 15 mean? Because I really would like to know. Let's see what this means. Let's see how we can manifest this into this episode.
Okay.
Angel number, meaning symbolism. 15 signifies the complete spiritual manifestation of life and wisdom.
Okay.
I like that.
I like the way that sounds.
I'm feeling it.
Life and wisdom.
Life and wisdom. I like that. And you know, we winding down the year, so you know, life and learning a little bit, gaining a little bit more wisdom throughout there. I like that.
Amen to that.
I'm feeling it. Yeah, I like it.
Me too.
So what's up, girl? What's been going on with you this week?
Hey y'all, what's up?
Don't start your ghetto shit.
Nothing. It's been quite an eventful week, but I'm just here.
It definitely has been. Speaking of events, the events that y'all know we're going to jump into it because y'all know we got a show favorite. Y'all know here at To Each His Own 215, one of our favorite series is Power. Y'all know we're going to talk about the hood shit, Power, BMF, all of that. But girl,
Harmony. Sorry. It was the girl for me.
Baby.
That's what should have been playing. Excuse me. When they realized that Monet, when the kids was all sitting there, they all like, yeah. So, no, she left a couple of minutes after you, and she didn't answer the phone, and that type of thing. They should have been like, baby. I think that would have been the perfect music for that segment. Yo.
Because everybody's about to figure each other out well by the time this series ends. And this was what, episode 4? We already, if you ask, according to me, we're already halfway through the season. Because I truly believe we're only going to have about 8 to 10 episodes. I firmly believe it's going to be 8. Yeah. Especially with all of the action that we're getting in these episodes. Girl, she pulled up on Carrie.
She pulled up on Carrie.
Baby. Talk to me.
With the hammer. Freaking... Sax and Davis is still running amok out here, like, and they making sure that they trying to cash out while they did that. Listen, ain't they running that bag up? They like, no, it's gonna cost you $1 million. I was like,
okay. You put out El Chapo numbers on this nigga.
Wait, then Diana took the cake for me. She tried. She tried though. She said, can you flip that bag that I gave you for Sahara over to Zeke Cakes? She tried. She really did try. She tried, but I mean, it didn't work.
No. He said absolutely not. It was absolutely for me. It was absolutely for me.
It was like niece, you thought so you thought we was about to just like transfer funds? Yeah, nah, it's not gonna happen. This is a different beast here, yo. And respectfully though, because it's just like, yo, like at this point we are all being implicated by certain shit that's happening.
Pardon my social media slander, but when they said which lawyer would you go with between Proctor and Davis, I don't know. I think I'm still going with Proctor all day long.
I'm going with Proctor too. Proctor used to, like somebody said, Proctor used to get you off and you could put it on credit.
No bullshit. I think I'm still going, Joe, we miss you, Joe.
Proctor was riding. He like, listen, I done did some to figure out some so you can win this case. So, you know, don't incriminalize
Proctor wasn't, I think the difference between Proctor and Davis is that Proctor was smart. They're both smart. Mm-hmm. But Davis is greedy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Proctor didn't always base his decisions off of greed.
Nope.
Proctor's decisions were based off typically morality and loyalty.
Mm-hmm. And trying to, and survival.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, it was all survival shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I definitely feel where you coming from with that, like, real shit. But you want to know what took the cake from me, bitch? It was the song. It was the real song. Zeke really has a song in real life. I forget his name, the actor's name. He has a real song in real life. It's called I Ain't Got No Hoe in My Blood.
Oh, that's really his song?
That's really him. That's him in the video.
I didn't even recognize that was him.
Yes, he just has his hair dyed. Yes, the Christian Dior jacket on up there giving us the boys. Yes, that was him.
I'm dead.
That was him.
Girl, I didn't, because you know he not cute. He like a little dog.
I'm cracking up. And you want to know what's funny? Because I didn't think it was him either, but what's it called? They posted it. Woody posted it on his page. And I'm just looking like, he like, and the caption was something like, Kane looking at y'all in the comments like, I ain't got no hole in my blood. No, because I'm sorry, Kane taking the cake, and he think he's so damn smart, but honestly, I feel like Mecca is in all actuality, Mecca's showing you how to do what he's doing to you. To put it plain and simple.
Agreed. I want to know how the fuck he put together that Zeke was his son that fast.
Yeah, I don't know. It must have been it's something that we don't know about.
That even further led me to be interested in what's the age gap between the four of them. Diana, Drew, Kane, Zeke, like, who's older than who? You would naturally assume Kane is the oldest, and then it's Drew, and then Diana is the youngest. But it's like, where does Zeke fall in? And that, you know what I mean?
No.
It's like, where does he fall in? And it's like, how old is he exactly? Because
I think that he's in between.
I think it's Kane. So it's like
Kane, Drew, Zeke, and then Diana. That's how I think it is.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, or is he the first son?
Because he's clearly a legal adult, so he has to be 21 at the very least, because of the situation with.
That's what I'm saying. So I started to think, I'm like, maybe he's the first son. Mm-hmm. Maybe he older than Kane. I'm thinking that he's the first son. Because remember, she was messing with Mecca before Sahada, when they was kids. When she was still living at home because they alluded.
Or she could have had a
backslide moment. I'm just like, bitch.
That shit is
he
crazy.
Put that shit together real fast and was like, put that M on my son books.
Period.
And that's on the game.
Period.
I said, damn.
She's like, why'd you do that? And I'm just like, why are you acting so shocked?
Like, you don't know I'm supposed to explain to him another man paper. Well, bitch, you better tell him you told him that you got it under the board. The fuck?
That's what I'm thinking too, because that's what he told you to go do. But honestly, to keep it a bean, I feel like he already knew that the money wasn't there by the way she was acting.
Right, I'm still trying to figure out who got this money.
Diana took it.
Oh, that was the money from that she paid for her. I didn't put that together.
That's probably why she went, and then I put that because she went to go scamming. She went to go scamming with Joe and Effie to get some of the money back. Everybody was on their grind mode.
I didn't even put that together.
And by the way, Effie looked amazing in that episode. I like this look. Yes.
She said, "No, I'm fucking scared because I barely fucking recognize you." I said, "Well, bitch, me too." Shit.
Okay.
That's what I said. I said, but she looked good.
She did look good.
She did. That was the best Diana ever looked. Too.
Yes.
I know I was just saying in this episode how she be corny as shit.
This bitch. I really hate you sometimes.
Diana, and they had to give her the corniest name. Like, how many half-Spanish bitches you know named Diana?
I don't know.
It just could have made her role a little bit more realistic.
You should be calling her Didi.
Something. Didi. You know, something. But nevertheless,
she's so scary. She get a little more pizzazz to her. Like, how your mom Monet? But sometimes it be like that. When your mom is like a stern woman, sometimes they do have daughters who typically are like on the other end of the energy-wise spectrum. Like they might be a little more calmer and easygoing and a little more submissive than the mother. The mother is like stern and more assertive.
Shit, not in my family.
Everybody just.
I think I might be a little bit more turned up than my mom. And she says, the seed of Chucky. Nevertheless, though, this shit about to get interesting, and we're already recording very, very close to the weekend, so another episode is going to drop shortly after we release this, and I cannot fucking wait.
Yes, absolutely.
Sorry I had to be a little bit ghetto, but this song was real good in the moment. So, yeah. Next. What? Don't look at me like that.
Anyway, you already know she already be acting up.
These niggas be acting up.
So, another thing. So, while we are still on, let's not breeze by this. We can breeze by it if you want to, because it's not really a big thing. But the whole Mariah versus Beyonce thing. So, L.A. Reid announced that he felt like that would be something that he would look forward to
I
seeing.
just saw that clip.
Yes.
I did think her statement was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was classic shady Mariah. Everybody who know Mariah shady and shit.
But on top, she did say face, quote unquote, was a statement when she was saying, I'm not going to disrespect myself, nor am I going to disrespect her. She said, I'm not going to disrespect
myself because it's Christmas time. I fucking hollered. That's how you know she was being shady.
Like, well, bitch, I know
Christmas is all about me.
Mm-hmm.
So why are we talking about her?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Mariah is classically shady as shit. That was the classiest way to be shady as shit. It really was.
But way to back it up with the, the whole thing, because she definitely did say that she loves Beyonce and stuff like that.
That's why she proceeded with that. Like, I admire what she's done for the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Even with saying that, she was being shady. I admire. Look at the words she chose to use.
Yeah.
I admire what she's done. I'm like, Mariah, as soon as I seen that shit, I said, all right, Mariah. We knew how you was coming.
We knew. I mean, well, you listen. When she smashed the pumpkins,
Mimi don't give a fuck.
Anyway,
I said make a meme of me.
Wholeheartedly feel like Mariah is in a whole. That would, although I feel like it would be interesting to watch. Because I would be interested to see how they would put their pit certain songs against one another.
Agreed.
I just feel like Mariah still has another tier to her.
Absolutely.
At the very least.
I mean,
she owns Christmas time. Let's stop fucking playing with her.
Another tier.
Yeah. Well, when she was in her prime, it don't give the same way it used to give before back in the day. It's not as crisp and clear as it used to be. Once upon a time. Not saying that these things happen naturally. These things happen naturally.
I still think as time goes on, yeah, she's still, again, to me, her and Beyonce vocal-wise was never on the same level, so I don't give a damn how old they get. They never will be vocally on the same level. Beyonce vocally will never be able to do some of the shit Mariah can do.
You're absolutely right.
And that's my opinion. To each his own. 215. Remember, I'm from Philly. Okay? I'm just saying.
Embarrassing. You got real hood.
I'm not saying Beyonce is not talented. I'm not saying she can't sing. I'm just saying there's a difference between the queen bee.
Well, when you're talking about range and shit like that, yeah, of course. And the Billboard charts said it all.
That's all I'm saying.
When they compared the two.
That's all I'm saying. That is all. That is all. That is all.
Mariah had way more number one hits. I think she had damn near 20. Beyonce had like 7 or 8 or something.
And I think for the most part, if I can credit Mariah and her team, Mariah has always stayed in her genre.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't feel like Mariah ever, I don't feel like she ever really changed genres. I feel like she was always a happy medium mix between like that popish,
that pop and R&B
kind of, and she always stayed there. She never had to cross over because her music always met like right there in the middle. Mm-hmm. Beyonce had this time of crossing over, or attempting to cross over, and having different styles and genres of songs to reach different audiences of people.
Yeah.
So, Mariah never did that. So if you want to ask me, I mean, it's going to be Team Mariah for me all day.
Oh, Team Mimi. Okay. Cool beans.
Yeah.
But we all know that's not going to happen anyway. It just was something funny to talk about.
Right, because we know we not coming to the table. But if she did, Just telling you who I'm voting for.
Listen.
So, moving on. That was, something a little to brag shout about.
Yes. So moving on to the next topic that we got. Let's talk about it. Texturism, because it's a thing. And recently, when we were talking about this.
Well, we were just talking about Beyonce. She the one started this shit with Becky with the good hair.
Girl! Because if Becky got good hair, what that mean Adriana got?
Right. If Becky got good hair, what does Bianca have?
What does Sakisha have? What does Felicia have?
Yeah. Do you have the clip of Floyd Mayweather?
Actually,
during his interview?
Not right now. I don't. Let me see.
No, because that's so. Just to kind of let you guys in, that's where we got this this topic from to discuss it right now. Of course, texturism, colorism, those things are ongoingly in our conversation, especially as the black culture. But recently, during one of Floyd Mayweather's interviews, what was it with Nori? He was with Nori and he was talking to him and his son. He was like, "Oh yeah, and your son got the good hair." And he was like, "No, don't." He kind of checked him and stopped him on that. Pretty much, don't say good hair. I like to say that he has a better, what he said, a nice grade or something like that.
Yeah. He just got
or a different grade or something like that. He used a different terminology. Nevertheless,
we can pull it up right here.
You got it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Oh shoot! I was trying to get it and see it.
I don't want to paraphrase. I want to let us get it exactly how he gave it to him, because he was very respectful about it, but he was also very stern.
To this.
I don't know. It's not playing. It's playing
not
something else. Sorry.
Oh, it's me and damn potent.
However, I don't know what's going on with that. But what you did give a good synopsis as to what happened, and I felt like it was important in that moment for him to correct it. Especially being a person that's very influential and a person that's looked up to by a lot of people, or just seen in the public light all the time. Everybody's so interested in what he's doing anyway, so why not correct that? Have a moment.
Take that moment to use your platform to make it mean something. Make it count.
And I also saw something else. So there was something on Facebook. It says black dad puts racist baby mama on blast after he takes their biracial daughter to get braids. So what's basically happening in this situation is he gets her for the weekend and he takes her to get her hair done. Now it's clearly the black parent and the mom is the white parent. So the little girl gets her hair braided. Mind you, it's a simple style. It's so cute. She has it braided up into a ponytail with a ballie and some barrettes on the end, and she has like a little heart on the side. It's nothing like crazy or out of this world. It's really cute and neat. And so he thought that he did a good job. He paid for somebody to do a good job on her hair. And she's like, "I don't care what you say. I don't like it. Never will." No, she was like, "No, sadly, you're her dad, but she don't need her hair like that." And he was like, "What?" He was like, "What?"
Sadly, you're her
But
dad.
he said, because his whole thing was like, "What? But she's black. Like, why can't she get her hair braided? What's the problem? Like, even if she wasn't, like, what if she wants? If I want to get her hair done and it looks nice and it's neat and it's presentable, what's the issue?" And he's like, "What's wrong with it?" And she's like, "It's ugly. My kid is more white in my eye, not fully black, so she don't need those ugly hairstyles." She's like, I'm gonna take it out when I get her back, and I don't give a fuck what you said." That's basically her whole stance on it. She was like, "I don't care." She said she don't like the beads, and she was like, "You can treat her as if she's black, and I'll do what the fuck I'm gonna do." That was her whole deal. And I just thought that was the saddest shit I've ever seen. And I'm so sad that he has to deal with. That's unfortunate that he has to deal with something like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you didn't think that if you laid down with this man and then y'all had wound up, deciding to have a kid, and potentially if it were to be a girl, not only would she have to deal with, trying to figure out, everybody has a relationship with their hair. Let's keep it real. It's an emotional thing. It's very, and not saying that it should be something that's just only represents who you are, but it is a part of who you are. When you look at somebody, the first thing you see is their face and their hair. So you want to feel good. You want to, feel confident. So, I mean, for me personally, I just feel like, I don't know how she ever thought that having a child with a person of color, and you can't choose if they come out as a female, and even if it's a guy, who's to say he wouldn't want to have a natural fro?
And
like, you never know.
Can't choose what texture
that they're born
their
with.
hair is as well. Like I have quite a few mixed family members, and everybody has a different texture of hair.
Yeah. Yep.
Some of their texture of hair leans more towards their Caucasian side. Others lean more towards their African American side.
Yep.
So everybody's hair is managed based on
the type of hair they have. Yeah.
So, but that woman is nasty. That woman is the devil, and she's fucking evil. I'm trying to figure out how he even laid down with her.
Yeah, I would like to know how that even happened.
Because she didn't. I feel like people like that normally give off. They like to have this red flag meme. That was one of the biggest memes that went around this year. This red flag shit. I'm quite sure Karen gave off some red flags.
It's giving Karen, because it is giving Karen. It's like,
definitely
what?
giving Karen, and he knew.
He did. He had to.
And I feel like, unfortunately, I hate to say this, and it's not just for black men. It's anybody who's possibly dating anyone outside their culture, their race, or whatever. But when you date someone who's outside your race, initially outside your culture, and all of a sudden, when time passes, you feel like they start to reveal who they truly are, start to reveal their prejudices or their racism. No, they always give off red flags at the beginning.
They do.
But for you as an individual, there's some insecurity that you have as an individual that still allows you to move forward and develop a relationship with this person, knowing that these red flags have arisen. And I don't care what nobody says. I firmly believe that there's some sort of insecurity. What was it in you, young man, that allowed you to still deal with this woman, and then even more so have a baby by her? Because let's go back to the hood shit. If she was black, you probably would have told her to get an abortion. And I hate to say it like that, but we know it happens.
I don't know. I don't want to go as far as to say that, but what I will say is,
or it might have been a more so of a conversation.
I mean,
it would have been a conversation after she said she was pregnant. It wouldn't have necessarily been no happy shit.
Well, to each his own. I mean, you have your stance on that. I just feel like I do agree with the part what you're saying, where it's just like, why would you allow yourself to even have a child with this person knowing that you've seen shit like that you don't like, happening? Instead of ignoring it, address it. And if you don't like the conversation, if it's not something that can be correct, because don't get me wrong here, you got to know what your deal breakers are, but then there's also going to be shit that you're going to have to, compromise on and figure out how they,
if you want to date outside your race, you automatically know it's hard conversations that you have to have.
And on top of that, I just feel like, why is it always like, it's always just like the hair. It's like the appearance. It's like, is our hair really like that deep? It makes you think, as a person that's got some of the thickest hair you ever seen. I understand how it can be intimidating. You do?
I really do. I think it's a jealous factor, and again, to each his own. Call it what you want, but I do think that it's a jealous factor. I think the jealous factor comes from the fact that we can be so interchangeable with our hair and still rock it very well. There's not many hairstyles that other cultures can really engage in and it still look like ours. Y'all can get braids, it ain't gonna look like ours. Y'all can get twists, it's not gonna look like ours. You can get dreads, it's not gonna look like ours. They have to do so much more to try to magnify and pull off the look and it still don't come out like ours. So I really think it's just a jealous factor, like, oh well, no, because we can't, and it's part of the suppressive mindset. Because we can't do it this way, we don't want you to do it.
Right. Because we can't pull that off, you can't pull that off. So since we are this one type specific, we're very limited, or
they want to limit how we do things as well. It's just it's a part of the suppressive, controlling mindset. I hate it. Believe that's what it is. I really do.
And also another perspective I wanted to jump in while we were talking about this topic is that texturism comes in many different forms, and I feel like a lot of stylists actually are guilty of this nowadays.
Break it down. Give us it.
Because, like, for the simple fact that, like, while I'm here, because I don't want to I don't want anyone to misconstrue what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like sometimes they take it, like, they make you feel bad for having, like, super thick hair or super dense hair or hair that really takes time to do. It's just like, and while I understand your time is valuable, if you're giving me a great experience, top tier hair care, and the aura is all that, the service is phenomenal, and you are trustworthy.
That's why you're charging me the prices that you are. Shit.
Exactly. But don't make me feel like, don't make me feel like it's an issue at the same time. I think they don't realize how some shit they say out their mouths can make you feel how it comes off. It's just like, well, damn, are you a stylist or not? Like, what can you or cannot do? And then I feel like it's people who don't tell you that they can't do your hair, and they assume that they can just treat your hair the way they treat other. That I think it's like a form of reverse
psychology
or texturism, because it's just like, okay, I'm not going to tell her that I can't necessarily do her hair, but I'm just going to treat it the way I do everyone else. Yeah. Or just say something like, I can't, like, damn, like, it take a lot to do this shit, or just the opposite of that, treating it as if it were another texture. You see what I mean?
I absolutely do, and I never thought about it that way. That is a very and let's be clear, for the most part, it's only women who have to engage and deal with scenarios like this. That's what, for the most part.
For the most part, yeah.
For the most part. And damn, I never thought about that shit like that. Now you got me wanting to go back and fight some people.
Calm down, Lisa. Texturism is a real thing. Like, listen.
No, it definitely is.
That whole hair typing thing, becoming a natural and figuring out, like, what
I
works
even
for
get
you.
mad when men say, "Oh, well, why do you wear wigs? Why do you wear weaves?" And I believe I told the story on the show before that it was a man that I introduced myself to. We had exchanged numbers, and he let me know that he was not interested in women who wore weave. He was very adamant about that. That was a deal breaker for him. And again, I respect deal breakers for people, because listen, you gonna respect mine, shit. But the other part of that for me was just like, y'all do a bunch of shit. We really want to prove up to it. How I know you don't got a motherfucking lace glue motherfucking thing up there,
or your beard, a lace
front beard or whatever. It's just like, just because we can be versatile, black women specifically, just because we can be versatile with our hair and with our styles, why do we have to be insulted for the versatility? Only for times to change and years to go down the line, and for y'all to be on our dick and still doing the same shit. Like, I don't understand that. That really irritates me.
When it comes to hair, we are the most imitated. We do what they want to do.
We hate it and imitate it at the same time. Like, it really bothers me. It really does. Like, I hate to hear for a guy to tell me, "Oh, well, I'd rather you not wear weave." Like, most of the men I've dated, like, legit told me, "I'd rather you not wear weave
all the time,
because you wear it, it's like all right, but I'd rather you wear your natural hair out." And legit, I swear to God, y'all, it wasn't until the current nigga that I'm dating now, I always said, "Well, if I'm gonna wear my natural hair, are you gonna pay for me to get my fucking hair done every week? Because if you're not, I don't want to hear it." It wasn't until the current nigga that I'm dating now was like, "Yeah, what the fuck?" I'm like, listen, it's like $100 every fucking week, like, legit. Yeah. He like, "What the fuck you mean? You think I don't got $100 every fucking week to send you to the fucking shop to get your hair done?" And I said, "Well, excuse the fuck out of me. So if that's the case, when you want me to take this wig off?"
Okay, right, exactly.
Because I want a little silk thread. I want a silk thread. Shit. But I feel like those statements are so bold to make to someone. Because let's be clear, we talked about guys with the fuckboy haircut, because we all know I'm prejudiced against that. I don't date men with the fuckboy haircut.
And she's referring to the hair on the top and shaved around
on
the sides.
To the fade, and then you just got hair, whether it's a
braid,
top, braid, a bun. I don't care. Like, that shit looks dumb. But again, to each his own. That's just me. I'm not gonna not be friends with you because of it, but you ain't gonna be my nigga. I'm definitely not gonna be attracted to you. That's an automatic deal breaker, turn off. Again, just for me. But I feel like women don't necessarily make those bold ass statements to men. We just kind of like deal with it. I feel like a lot of women don't necessarily like the fuckboy cut or a lot of different styles that men get, unless it's either a neat set of dreads or a fly ass curly top or a fly ass fade low cut. but they just don't really say anything how I say something. They just kind of
meanwhile, we dealing with this shit every week.
All the time.
From the
That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like we come at them about their choices on how they decide to dress or wear their hair, but we always getting the shit. When y'all out here getting surgeries, y'all out here getting fucking lace fronts, y'all out here doing all kinds of shit with your hair, hairline, yeah, all kinds. They're doing the same shit we doing, but we always get judged for it. Always.
True.
Again, even down to the hair. It's a lot of shit that y'all men do that we don't like either. But we just let y'all do you.
Just like.
Because if I just snatch this motherfucking wig off, which I'm not, then y'all would say I look like Lil Bow Wow. But again, Lil Bow Wow ain't hair because my shit go, it go past my shoulders.
Lil Bow Wow, get your donuts.
Shit. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that's there. I feel like you like what you like.
You do.
But when it comes to the whole
texture, embrace it, love it, figure out what works for your hair.
My mouth.
Figure out what works for your hair. When you do that and you figure and you nurture it and you practice a regimen and you try to keep it as simple as possible, but while still meeting the needs of your hair, you will ultimately have great results. Honestly, like seriously, find a stylist that you trust. Someone that notice I said someone that you trust because everyone isn't trustworthy. Someone that you trust, so you can figure out what works for your texture. Because just because you have the same parents doesn't mean that you have the same hair texture of hair. Doesn't even. You might have your great grandmother's hair, and your sister or your brother might have your daddy's hair. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is what it is.
Agreed.
So yeah, to make it do what it do. And I also wanted to ask you one more question about this. This is the last question about this topic. You can move on. Do you feel like, so I saw a stylist over in UK and her bio is, in her list of requirements to become a client, it said that in order for you to be able to get an install, the bundles that you have to put in your hair had to match the texture of your hair or they refused to install it. On top of that, it was a whole bunch of other shit that I didn't agree with, like off the bat, because I'm not coming, like if you're giving me a weave, like you're washing my hair, you're treating it, you're doing all of that. What the fuck am I here for at this point? Like you're licensed, that's what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. Start reporting these hoes. Anyway, so it was like the whole come wash thing. I understood like a mandatory trim if it need be because she refused to put a weave in your hair and braid it down, and then you have crazy damage, and then and down the line that may look like she damaged it. You get what I'm saying? Understood that part, but it just was like, if they want that texture hair and I could see if it wasn't manageable to a point where it wasn't going to look good when you installed it. But like, if the leave out is minimal and you can't use like a product or like a certain method to get it to match that, like, you just going to turn it down every time.
One, laziness, or two, you don't know what you're doing.
That's what I'm saying.
And three, either way, I'm not fucking coming to you.
That too, off the bat. Because I feel like it's more than one way to look at that, because I could understand how you could say that, but at the end of the day, I don't think nobody's out here. Are they really out here trying it with these textures of hair that they're getting versus what their real texture is? Because honestly, I feel like if your hair is thick, go with wefts that are thick and full of body, like your hair.
But again, like you said, I'm just thinking about how hair has not necessarily changed over time, but how we started to purchase hair and get hair over time. And think about it, we used to get pretty much hair from China.
Yeah.
Back in the day. And we had, again, with minimal leave out, we still made that shit work. So, again, that's exactly why I feel like with that particular stylist, you're either being lazy or you just don't know what you're doing. So you want the client to bear all of the risk with come and wash, come and doing all of this. So you can just do minimal work because you really don't know what the fuck you're doing, again, or you're possibly lazy. So at the end of the day, like I said, fuck you.
Okay, cool. Now that we know that, fuck them.
That's how I feel about that. Seriously.
I feel you. I definitely feel you.
That's odd.
That was crazy. I was looking like, whoa, and then her prices was like astronomical. I said, well, damn, she must do a good job now.
Not a good job on doing nothing.
Yeah.
You don't do you. I'm doing everything. Bitch, fuck you.
Anywhere.
You know what? Cheers. We're going to the next topic.
We are.
Cheers.
So let's talk about the honeymoon phase. And what's interesting about this topic is because when you and I first talked about this, we felt like this could be applied to life in more than one way.
Yes.
I feel like the honeymoon phase really does exist. It's a multifaceted thing. There's definitely a honeymoon phase.
Come on, multifaceted. Because I don't even say that word right there. I gotta look it up real fast to make sure I'm spelling it right because I don't use it daily.
I hate you.
I'm just saying.
It is. It's like, so when you get a new job, you know how you first start working there, everything seems like it's okay? You said you.
Me. I'm the person that nobody, especially at work. It's interesting that you said use the job example first because I'm the person at work. When I come, don't nobody like me. I'm quiet. I'm the bitch. Everybody think I'm real mean because I don't say shit. I say good morning, real stern. That's it. Come nose down, do my job. Depending on who I like over time, people might get offended because it's just like if I don't like you, you still getting honeymoon phase vibes from me.
I'm done.
But if I like you, you know, we'll have more conversation. It's very split down the middle.
Wait a
you
minute.
know if I like you or if I don't based on how I interact with you. If I only say good morning or if I only talk to you when I need to and it's because it's work related, I don't like you like that. Or I don't care to engage with you outside of work.
Right. That. Mm-hmm.
If I do, then I do.
Can't stand it.
But that's just with work specifically.
Yeah.
But most people, when they hear honeymoon phase, they automatically start thinking about romantic relationships.
Yeah, no, honeymoon phase at work is definitely real because you figure out who's who's
yeah,
in it, but you figure out
who stay quiet.
Yeah, you figure out who the snitch is. You figure out who is the bet, who will throw you under the bus in a second. You figure out who's
because everybody
cool.
will be nice to you at the beginning,
and you figure out who's trying to figure you out
and see what kind of person you are, and see if they can get you on their team.
Mm-hmm. You see who's the yes man / flunky. Yep, you figure all of that out.
Gopher.
Yep, that too.
Mm-hmm.
You really do figure all that shit out, and it's like that's why I never and I tell people like make no mistake, like I am a very personable person. I will. People, I think sometimes people mistake that and misconstrue that for me trying to be quote unquote like I don't want to say not trying to be friendly, but like more like past friendly with them, like past cordial, should I say? I'm acknowledging your presence. If we have a little good morning, that's okay. Yeah. Not that I really give a fuck about what's going on, but if I say something like, oh yeah, this or that is going on or whatever like that, we might just be in the copy room trying to pass time until this next hoe is getting off the copier because I got about 52 pages to scan my damn self.
Me, my opposite. I'm sitting there and be right quiet. I don't give a fuck about your weekend.
Oh, me neither. We're not talking about weekend plans or nothing like that, but she might just say, oh yeah, something about something in the office or something like that. I might give you
like that's a magic question. Oh, hey, how are you? How was your weekend? Good.
Understandable.
Fine. Because when you say something else, they like to start digging into mind your motherfucking business,
bitch.
bitch.
You're going to get what I want to tell you anyway. But you just got to be, it's definitely
like you getting your breath stink.
You lying and your breath stink, as my mom used to say. But anyway, yes, honeymoon phase is definitely real. It really is. And I feel like because everyone gives their job a honeymoon phase too. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Honestly,
what do you give your niggas though? Like, do you feel like it's a time frame on the honeymoon phase? And I was really thinking about this shit as I was on my way here to record.
So when do you finally take a smash at their house? I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it out there because that's honeymoon phase.
If I gotta take one, I gotta take one. I don't give a fuck if it's the first time I'm there. I'm not gonna hold it because what you're gonna know about me. Part of our conversations and getting to know one another are going to be, listen,
metabolism?
Baby, my metabolism is high. And when that fibroid, when that fiber get high,
okay.
Shit, so do that gas. But it's like,
you so dirty.
We all human though. You asked that. That's your question. When do you pass gas? When do you take a bob?
Nah, man. Excuse yourself, dog. If you don't got a fart in front of me, just get up and just like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to do the same thing. I'm not just going to sit there and fart and just make you smell it. Like, come on now.
I mean, but if I can't, what if you chilling watching the movie?
You better not toot them cheeks up while you sitting there watching the movie.
I ain't going to toot my, I squeeze them.
You I can't stand you sometimes, yo. I swear. No, I'm just like.
That is a big thing.
If you're in the mood, if you're watching the movie, like everything's going good, you chilling, whatever, and the vibe is alright.
But if you under the cover, I'm just gonna squeeze it off.
And trap that shit in there, so when you finally do move, you fucking die.
No, see, I like to play it off.
Oh yeah, hell no.
Listen, I'm about to tell y'all a new trick. Y'all chilling under the covers or whatever like that. Clearly, he on one side, and it's an empty side on the other side. So whatever side he's on, that's not the side you to. Or even if you squeezing, if you squeezing or you two, in either way, you don't want to squeeze her to his way. Okay? So you want to kind of like change positions. And as you change your positions, you want to let it out. So as you letting it out, you can kind of like lift the cover, get some air up under that bitch. So
you was dead wrong.
So if he, if he happen to smell it, you know what's going. Get a little air if you happen to go under the cover and see how it's smelling.
That is so not cool. Get your lazy ass up and go excuse yourself.
What if I don't gotta get up? Why you gotta know every time I got bands gas?
You don't got to. You can play it off.
What I'm gonna get up to do?
It don't matter.
I mean, sometimes that can pass, but depending on the moment and what we're doing, I'm not a good liar, so I can't always play that shit off. So.
I'm just gonna walk out.
Where you going? I don't fucking know. Depending on, as I said, depending on where we at or what we doing, I don't know. Like, we outside, of course, it's always easy. But, like...
No, I'm getting up, dog.
Like, what if you about to have sex? You got to
get your black ass up and go.
I be trying to hold it in.
Yeah, well, good luck with that, because I don't know how that's working for you. That wouldn't work for me.
I be trying to hold it in. It do hurt afterwards, because when you gotta let it loose afterwards, you be like, damn, that shit hurt.
Yep. See, there you go.
But the honeymoon phase is when you become comfortable, though. I feel like
with everything,
doing all of that. I feel like, and that's why I said I was thinking about on the way here. Honestly, I feel like naturally I don't have a set time, but when I started thinking about how I've dated over time, at least over the last 5 years, so I feel like between like the 4 and 6 month phase is where I get like completely comfortable. And when I say like completely comfortable, it's just like we can be, if we were to go into a relationship at this time, I'm like comfortable. Like, certain things, especially depending on how much time we spent with each other within that. You know what I mean? Because you could date somebody for 4 months and spend 4, 5, 6 days out of the week with them. That's a lot of fucking time. So with that, I kind of thought, like, damn, I'd be having like this 4 to 6 month time frame with shit. And I get comfortable, so I guess you could say 6 months tops is my honeymoon phase. By that 6 month ending,
my fault.
Y'all listen, either you with me or against me.
You can hate me now.
That's how I feel.
I'm done. Anyway.
Did you have a honeymoon phase in dating, or I know we talked about jobs, so I definitely got that. But
I will discreetly go use the bathroom with no problem. Like, I'm not holding that shit.
I feel like that's definitely one of the biggest things between in romantic relationships.
I will discreetly go, but he will never know it though. Like, I will discreetly, I would try to make it discreet as possible.
I was about to say, I would try to, I used to try to do that, but when I stayed in there too long, they knew.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Because sometimes, depending on what I ate, it may take a little bit longer than others.
Hey yo, anyway.
So, listen, you take longer than 5 minutes, they know you were in there shitting. It takes an average of 2 to 3 minutes for a woman to go to the bathroom. Anything longer than 5 minutes, they assume you shitting. If you go between 5 and 10, they might think you was in there like washing up or fixing your hair or some shit like that. Listen, you in the bathroom longer than 8 minutes, they know you taking a shit.
It's the 8-minute marker for me. Well, now that you say that, yeah, it doesn't make sense.
You can cut on the water in the sink so they don't hear you fucking bloop bloop.
Music, all that. Courtesy flush. Again, courtesy flush is a mandatory. I don't care.
It's mandatory and it absolutely works. But I'm saying, as far as the time frame, once you hit that 7-8 minute mark, they know you taking the shit.
You're right.
Because I remember specifically one guy I was dating, and this was the first time I took a shit at his house. It wasn't the first time I stayed the night, but it was the first time I took a shit. So I was in there, and I, did everything we just said. Ran the water, had the little music trying to make it see. I was all hitting the sink every once in a while to make it see that
child burn up. You can get burn a match in that joint, like a candle or something.
Everything.
Yeah.
So I came out and he like, what you was taking the shit? That's the first thing he said. And I'm like, damn, you just gonna put me on blast like that? He was like, yeah, you was in there too long. I'm like, I fucking knew. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm not I'm a real bitch, so you know I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, I mean, if I gotta go, I gotta go.
Yeah, that's why I told him. He's like, listen, I ain't got no problem. He's like, listen, we all human.
Yeah.
I'm not
it's just better if they're like sleep or something, or like not paying you no mind.
Yeah.
It's easier to do.
Yeah.
I find it.
But if they not, I'm just like, listen, let me just hurry up and go get this shit out, because like literally get this shit out, because I'm not gonna be uncomfortable.
Woo! What about when you on your cycle, you really don't want to be bothered, and you just like...
You try to stay away from their house when you on your cycle, but again, once you get in honeymoon phase, once that phase is over, you just... For real, I ain't gonna even lie. Once I'm comfortable with fucking you, and being at your house, walking around naked, that's really when I'm past the honeymoon phase. And if I'm at that point, I'm damn sure comfortable with being on my cycle or taking a shit at your house.
I be just like in my own.
Excuse the vulgarness in this part of the segment, people, but this is just what it is.
I just be like in my own.
I'm definitely more comfortable in my own space.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But, I mean, again, it's like you want something to tampon or a pad all day.
I'm done with you. Anyway, let's move on.
Oh, well, I guess we passed the honeymoon phase, y'all. On to the next topic.
The honeymoon phase. The honeymoon phase was great. So let's talk about quick winter date ideas. Good ones. What do you think?
Well, first of all, let's start off with the fact that winter ain't been wintering. Now, I know technically winter has not started yet.
Yeah. As in a couple days ago.
We have a couple days. So, but it's been backwards. Like,
it has been. But although I will say today feels like it's given like in the fall today.
It's
like
definitely given in the fall, but over the last couple weeks, we have these 50, 60
Yeah, because yesterday was, the last 2 days was crazy. Inexplicably warm. Yes. It was Hawaiian.
A bitch was out here sweating. I had a turtleneck and I was sweating.
I felt like I needed a Tommy Bahama shirt out this bitch.
Sweating, okay? I know y'all was outside acting cool, so I was just like, I don't know. But with that kind of winter, because depending on where you live at, you could have a winter like that all the time.
Yeah.
But I feel like winter dates, whether they're daytime or nighttime, I love a good s'more, a good fire pit.
Me too.
You can do it, but you can go out. They have different restaurants and facilities that have fire pits specifically for like open fires.
Oh, I saw a lot of people. Yeah, with that it has all those things. So they have like the bar with like the spiked hot drinks, cider, shit like that. The river rink. Everybody was going ice skating this weekend. Everybody went ice skating this weekend. Everybody and their mom was skating for some reason this weekend. Everybody went ice skating. I don't know why. I saw it all up and down my
It's becoming more of a thing because black people when we were coming up really didn't like to ice skate. That's why I barely ice skated I only ice skated like on like trips.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely something I want to do.
But that's definitely a good winter date.
Yeah, ice skating.
Ice skating, s'mores, a little hot chocolate.
Yes.
I mean, Netflix and chill is technically a winter date.
It is, but you can make it. You can make it really fun and really chill. Like honestly, like you can have a game night with you two. There's a bunch of cool ideas. Me too. There's a bunch of like cool ideas.
You get to know your partner when you have a game night with them. I feel like a little bit more because there's things that you might not necessarily naturally think to talk about or bring up when you want to get to know somebody. So I feel like the different dynamics of interactive games really
helps you get to know a person.
Helps you get to know somebody, and it sparks conversations. They're icebreakers.
Yeah.
A game night was just like you said, a couple. Totally dope.
Order your favorite meal. I like me.
Order or cook it.
Cook it. That's what I do. And recently I just did something. I did like making pizzas. Oh my god, it was so fucking fun. I came up with the whole idea and I was like, yo.
I did.
This can just be like bad or good. Like
he cooked his favorite meal. He cooked my favorite meal, and I cooked his.
Okay.
So we literally had two different things, but we both had what we wanted.
There you go.
So it was fun. Like we kind of like worked around the kitchen and like stuff like that. Is again, that's all part of Netflix and chill. You can go get your popcorn. Y'all can make the trip to the store. Yep. A whole big thing is go get your snacks.
Yeah.
Okay. Get whatever you want to drink, whether it's hot chocolate. You know, surprise me with a little hot chocolate.
Yep.
Even put a little liquor in. I said, oh damn, surprise me. I didn't even know that everybody liked it. But you know, I like me a little liquor and just about everything.
Hot chocolate, yeah, that's what I'm saying. At the what's it called? They got that too, like the hot ciders and the hot chocolate drinks.
I've never
like
had a hot cider,
spike.
but I really want to try it.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go ahead through
it? Anyway, she gets on my nerves. Anyway, so yeah, that's basically something that I feel like is a good universal date. Not that everybody likes those things, but you want to do stuff that's warm and shit, like fun.
Yeah.
You could cook it. I think cooking together, it helps you bond.
The winter.
And it helps you bond too. Yes. It really does. Like whether you're serious or not, whatever it is, it's just like something for you to do outside the box rather than just sitting there fucking on each other all the damn time.
Yeah, because that gets boring.
Yeah, it does get boring. Get your ass up, cook a meal. Do
something how many positions you try, how many toys you pull out. Having sex all the time just to have as a recreational when you don't have anything else to do, it gets boring. You have to think outside the box, try new things, you know, go on trips, explore things. Think about the things that you've always wanted to do. Yeah, take a walk. Think about, you know, explore some new things together. Think about things that you never did before. You know, ask him what are some things he wants to do that he never did before. Same to you. Y'all share them. Think about what you guys want to do together. It's just like everything just doesn't have to be about fucking. And although we like to fuck, don't get me wrong, but
as humans,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. It's a natural thing, but yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything else that you could think of on your mind? I think when it's cold outside, not even just ice skating, roller skating, it's the time for roller skating too.
Yeah, and you know me, I love a good Pocono. Skiing. Yeah,
you can ski and snowtube and stuff like that.
Like I would think we go to the beach in the summertime. You go skiing in the winter. Like I am a big wintertime excursion bitch. I love it. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Hiking.
That too.
Camping.
Y'all go to the range together.
Yes, the range should be really fun.
Yes. What else? I'm trying to think.
Mm-hmm. Bar hopping.
Yeah, y'all could bar hop. Y'all could do that. If you like and go to like you know, I know if you like games and shit like that, go to the arcade. That shit is fun. Yeah. That shit is fun. Tagging. I seen somewhere in Jersey. It wasn't in Jersey. I might be in Jersey. I think I'm trying.
I've been laser tagging in Jersey, so it could have been.
It wasn't laser tag. That's why I had to stop myself.
Okay.
It's like this Nerf fucking place.
Oh.
Yo.
I think it is in Jersey. I think it's closer to New York. I
probably.
think I know what you're talking about.
Do you know that like I would love to do some shit like that?
Yeah, and I want to do some shit like that with teams.
Yeah,
with like,
yeah,
guys. Even
that would be fun.
A couple shit like guys versus girls. Like we about to fuck y'all up.
But yeah, so yeah, those are definitely some cute date ideas. I think that you know what, being creative and figuring out what you driving movie theaters in the wintertime, you can't go wrong with that.
Somebody just said something about that, and it's so crazy that
I really want to go. You want to know what's coming out?
What?
The Matrix, and I want to see it.
Yo, why are they coming out with another one? I just saw that this week. I'm like, why the fuck?
It was never supposed to be.
I've never been into the Matrix, so I don't even know what the.
Oh, I do. See, I was. I like it.
I don't know what the Matrix is about.
It can be applied in many different ways. Let me see.
But interestingly enough, we went from discussing the honeymoon phase to talking about like winter dates, because I really do feel like, although it doesn't necessarily have to be, I do feel like winter is more so dedicated towards couples. Mm-hmm. And doing things as like couples and families, doing things as a group, not necessarily I feel like it's hot girl summer versus
and warm winter,
warm couples, but yeah, warm winters. Because think about it, you got the holidays in the winter, well the biggest holidays in the winter. You got Valentine's Day, which falls in the winter, like all of those like love and thankful family gathering holidays between Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day. That
from November to
that
February.
duration is it's all about love and getting together and exchanging gifts and all of that other googly shit.
You all right about that, ma'am?
I guess this was our winter segment.
Yes. Yeah,
So,
this is our weird segment. I hate you. Bye, girl.
Yeah, this is our winter segment. So, I think that's all we had for you guys today. Was it? Yes, it was.
It was.
So, I know it's been a little bit. We gave y'all a break between our anniversary. We wanted to celebrate ourselves. We wanted to take the time out to do that. We are now back to celebrating the culture and individuals in our community. So we are going to now transition to the bosses of the week.
Yes, we are.
Part of the segment. And who do we have first, Chuck?
We have House of Nine. House of Nine is a black designer that's got all types of poppin' ass pieces,
accessories.
Yes.
I actually came across this designer very much so recently, and I thought it was a really, really dope idea. We were having a conversation about just black products, the culture. I was talking to them about the show. They were talking to me about what they did, and I'm like, you know what? Give me your info. Definitely got to feature you on Boss of the Week. Now, it's interesting because the owner actually, I think, lives or is moving to Baltimore, the DMV area, or has something down there. So I really want to kind of get into, whether you're from Philly, Jersey, Delaware, anywhere across the United States, pretty much. We want bosses of the week from all over. We want to embrace everybody in the community within our culture to give you guys your props, because just because you're doing something big in your town, shit, you can have a tribe member in your city,
absolutely,
in your town that wants to embrace and engage with you. So shout out to you, House of Nine. You are the boss of the week for this week.
And they have everything from clothes. I see they have home goods. They got wax melts on
from
here.
From the Rooter to the Tutor.
Shoes, oil blends, men's handbags. And they got a sale, bitch. Check it out.
Holiday time, bitch. Y'all get your last holiday
it's
shopping.
the CEO's birthday. 26% off everything until...
Yes. Oh, yes. The CEO and myself actually share the same birthday. That's how we started the discussion.
My fault.
Yes.
It was the sale was until December 12th. Sorry.
December 12th.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're a little behind.
We're
weeks late. But, yes, that is how I found the owner, because the CEO and I actually do share the same birthday. So, that's how the conversation started.
Absolutely.
So, big shout out to you, House of Nine and Boss of the Week. Keep doing your thing. Try check some things out. Get your last minute holiday sales on from House of Nine and all the other good shit that y'all get yourselves from. So, secondly, y'all know we always give y'all two. The second Boss of the Week is a young man, Brandon. Studying Never Stops is his brand. Studying Never Stops combines fashion and education, just influencing and encouraging the culture that no matter what you're studying, that you can always be fly while you're doing it. So whether you study in the streets, whether you study in the books, because you know we can have street smarts and book smarts, just saying, you can be fly while you're doing so. So the brand has bags, they have caps, they have casual brand wear, and again, this brand was created by a young man. I'm not sure exactly how old he is, but he's 12. Not even in his teens yet.
He was 12 when they just recently interviewed him back in July.
Yes, this young man is not even in his teens, and if I'm also correct, he's from Philadelphia.
Yes, he is. I think he's from Uptown. No, one of the two.
Yes, he's from our city. So to each his own. 215 Tribe.
Salute
we want you guys to salute this young man. Studying Never Stops. One of our own, building our community and uplifting us all over.
Yes, he actually takes 10% of his proceeds from his business and donates books to different places like barbershops and places like that, where people, anywhere somebody can sit for stationary for like a few minutes and just pick up a book and read a couple pages, because he feels like, the same way I feel, honestly, you never stop learning. That's something I think that's really great, and I think that he's off to a great start.
Yeah. He's
speaking and all that, and he's been a business owner since he was 9. So I think that's amazing. So shout out to you, Brandon. Keep doing your thing.
Yes.
You got a good head on your shoulders, and we love to see it.
Yes,
and support that young man. I think you can also link up with him in Cherry Hill Mall, is it? I think he has a stand over there.
Shop.
Yeah, pop-up shop.
Yep.
So go see him over there.
So go check him out, y'all.
Yes.
Brandon, we love to see what you're doing. House of Nine, we love to see what you're doing. You always got a family in here at the Tribe at To Each His Own 215 podcast. So keep doing your thing. So those are our bosses of the week, you guys. So support the two of them and send us anybody that you feel like may have a product or a service that you feel like deserves a shout out in the community for the bosses of the week. And we will be more than willing to check them out and give them a shout out here
and
on the show.
highlight them and celebrate them. Yes.
Absolutely, because y'all know we all about doing that dad on the community. How you do that dad? I was watching Jamie Foxx recently. That was my shit back in the day. He was like, how you do that?
That's so funny you said that because I literally was listening to the Unpredictable album all day yesterday.
That's my shit.
That's that album right there.
That album was good.
I think everybody in our era really loved that album for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. Like
and
everyone
it was underrated.
It was underrated. I think everyone between our age and like that 4 or 5 year span, kind of between us and the old heads, we got down on the good foot today.
Don't play with it.
Okay.
Say surprise.
We do not want to own rights to this music. Period.
We don't, but that's my shit. Jamie, I like what you did there.
We see what you did.
We see what you did. We see what you're doing. But I guess that pretty much wraps up this episode 15 of, what was it, Angel and Wisdom and Life?
Yes.
That's what the number 15 represents.
Wisdom in life. Wisdom in life.
Yes, wisdom in life. So as we conclude episode 15, we want to again remind you to support and shout out our bosses of the week. We are here. And keep up with us on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get your podcasts. Because we are there.
We are there.
Yep. So, before we let this go on anymore, I'm your host, Ms. Lomax.
I am also your host, Sunkissed_Chalk.
And together we are To Each His Own. That's 215 because we from Philly Beach.
Bitch.
Bye.
Bye.